Good morning, everybody. Here is your workout demo for 22:01:06. This is the barbell variation. We're going to start out with a little bit of mobility. The first is a doorway pec stretch for 40 to 60 seconds. I'm going to show you demonstrating on the rack. You guys are going to do this into a doorway in your house. First thing I'm going to do, align myself up next to the inside of the doorway. I'm going to roll my shoulder back into a hold back and proper position. Elbow's going to come up to 90 degrees here. I will place the inside of my arm against the rack. Elbow and wrist are resting against the rack, and then lean through until I get some stretch through the chest. Now it's important when we're doing this to get that stretch through the chest that we don't round our shoulders forward. So we want to have nice tall posture, shoulders pulled back, head up tall, and we are going to stretch through to get into the chest. We are performing 40-60 seconds per arm. After that, we're going to get into 10 per side of our side bridge reach through. I'm going to place my elbow onto a padded surface if needed. Coming up into my side bridge, my goal here is to shorten the distance from my heel to my elbow on the bottom side, pushing my elbow through the floor the entire time so I don't get a slack shoulder. Hand comes up to the ceiling and I'm going to reach back, hovering my hand a centimeter above the floor as I reach back as far as I can, and then all the way up, splitting the distance between my fingertips and my elbow as far as I can, and we are going for 10 per side. After we're done that mobility prep, we're going to get into our warm-up. Our warm-up is 3 sets. The first movement is our prone snow angel. I'm going to lie face down on the floor. I want to keep my palms up at my sides, and I'm going to hover them off the ground as I bring them over top of my head and then back again. Now, important point to note here when you do these prone snow angels, when we perform them, we want our laces to remain on the ground, our thighs to remain on the ground, our chest to remain on the ground, and our head's going to be in a neutral position. So I'm not craning my neck up, but I'm not jamming my forehead into the ground. A slight belly button pull up to help me facilitate this. Palms up, and we are going for 8 reps. Now it's going to be really easy to do these if I hold my hands off the ground and then go nice and quick. I want you to challenge yourself to do these 8 reps at a controlled and slow tempo. The slower you go, the more you're going to benefit from this. Next movement is going to be Turkish Get Up. We're going to be doing 2 per arm, and you can use either a dumbbell or a kettlebell for this move. Right hand up, left hand out at 45 degrees. Right leg is tucked. I am going to press up onto my shoulder, elbow, pushing the dumbbell to the sky the entire time. Hand, I am going to bridge, create a nice space underneath my body to pull my leg behind. From here, I want to push my back behind me to support myself coming up into my kneeling position. Standing tall, coming back down the same way. Knee comes back, foot tucked sideways. I push my butt back to give me space to lower down to my hand. I'm going to go back into my bridge, still making sure I'm pressing that dumbbell all the way up to the sky. I've got that space to sit down towards my heel, but not right on top of it. Elbow, shoulder, back. We're going for 2 reps per side. If that's not quite in us in terms of mobility, we can go for 4 per side of our windmill. To do our windmill, standing nice and tall, feet outside of shoulder width. I'm going to be doing my windmill to the right side, which means I want my right toe to point away from me. This opens me up so I can slide down. Left arm holds the dumbbell. Dumbbell pressed all the way to the ceiling. Back of the hand is going to slide down the inside of my legs as I push my butt back and behind as low as I can go, maintaining a straight arm, coming back up. All right, so to emphasize, butt goes back and behind to give me room. I am going to push my butt back, hand slides down the inside of my leg, stopping where my mobility prevents me from going any further, and coming back up. If we are not doing the Turkish Get Up, we're going to be doing the 4 windmills per side. Our last movement, a hand release push-up. We can incline as need to get this done. If we are doing this on an incline position, you can try from the incline position, but placing the weight onto your chest and removing your hands could be uncomfortable. You could move whatever you're using. I'd recommend in that case only you go from your knees. So, laying down, flat on the ground, I am going to push up into my push-up position. I'll lower myself down, controlled, hands under my elbows. Once I'm at the floor, I'm going to pull my hands directly up off the ground and then go for my next push-up. If it's really tough to pull those hands up off the ground, we can take the weight off them and go back into it. I'm looking for you guys to avoid bringing those hands up in front or out to the side to get them off the ground. All right, that's for 4 to 8 reps. 3 cycles through those movements at the reps recommended. Then we'll get into our strength piece for the day. Now our strength piece for today is a floor press. We are going to be performing 4 sets, 10 reps at a tempo of 2 seconds down, no hold at the bottom, and we are going to punch our hands up as explosive as we can, as if we've got a monkey on the bar and we need to knock them off the bar when we press up. And it's important to know when we do this, we're coming down. That slow tempo is not only to help you build the muscle, but also our elbows limit out at the floor, so we don't want to hard stop. I'm going to demonstrate with my very heavy barbell here. Laying down, pulling the barbell onto my floor press position, squeezing my scaps in as if I'm trying to pinch the floor, proud chest, belly is tight. I'm going to punch the bar up, bring it down, 1, 2, elbows contact the floor, punch up, 1, 2, punch up. So you guys can see, my shoulders are pinching the ground. I'm going to lower down, 1, 2, punch, 1, 2, punch, and that's a movement demo or a four-plex. 4 sets, 10 reps, tempo 2 down, explosive up. You guys are going to be resting 1 minute between sets. At the same time, we'll superset with a single arm dumbbell row. Now, the majority of you guys aren't going to have something to rest your hand on, so I'll demonstrate a self-support on the leg. Points of performance here, we want to keep our back straight like we're deadlifting, all right? So we're not going to round ourselves off. We want to keep a proud chest so that when we're pulling, our shoulder stays back and packed. Other arm resting on my knee to support. Staggered stance, right side, going for 10 reps here. Again, 2 seconds down, no hold at the bottom, pulling powerful like I'm starting a lawnmower. From the side. Now, the challenge here is not letting the dumbbell pull my shoulder out of a good position or tucking the dumbbell in tight to my body. My goal isn't to get the dumbbell close to my body, it's to pull from my elbow behind my back, keeping proud of the chest. After our strength segment, we'll head into our Metcon for the day. This is going to consist of 10 minutes cycling through 3 movements with 3 different rep schemes. I want to perform a high effort of these 3 movements. So I'm going to be constantly working, taking short rests as needed. It's 10 minutes. You get a big break afterwards. First movement, push-ups. I'm going to be doing 12. I'll incline them as needed. Hands underneath my elbows, weight into the knuckles of my hands. I'm going to split the floor, come down, tap, up. Inclining as I see fit, 12 reps of our push-ups. Followed by 18 reps of our reverse lunge. We're gonna make sure when we step back, our knees tracking properly. We're not lifting up any point of our foot as we come down. Back knee hovers just above the floor. To keep all the weight in our front foot, we are going to press through that front foot, recover to standing before that leg touches the floor. Switching into the other side. Woo, almost did all the same on the same side. We can do this body weight, or if we decide to load, we can load goblet or back rack if we have the abilities. Our third movement is going to be 24 alternating knee to elbow touches. Now for this one, I want to press my lower back into the floor like I would for a deadlift. My goal is to crunch my elbow to my knee, and then back again. Crunch my elbow to my knee, and then back again. "24 alternating knee to elbow touches. Last, my accessory piece is going to be 3 sets through a side lying powell raise. I'm looking for 12 to 15 per arm. If you've only got one dumbbell and it's too heavy to do this movement, we can substitute for a water bottle loaded with the weight that you need. We are going to be in a side bridge position, knees angled to support. I'm going to press my bottom elbow through the ground, keeping my shoulder nice and elongated. Hand on my water bottle or dumbbell, palm is going to face in front of me and towards the floor. My goal here is to keep my shoulder in a hold back and pack position as I lower. 1, 2, hand comes down in front of the fist on the ground, bringing it back up to the top. 12 to 15 per arm, and we are going to go for 30 seconds of rest between sets and sides. Finishing it off with a couch stretch, 2 minutes per side, a pigeon stretch, 2 minutes per side, and then our pec stretch. And that's all you guys have for today. Thank you very much.